Hello, everyone. Priyanka here, and today I'm sharing with you the new successful immigrant story. Her name is Aarthi. She's here joining us, and she'll be sharing her experience of her job search journey in Canada. And let's hear from her about her experience and how she got a job, and her husband got a job before landing in Canada. And then they successfully migrated to Canada with the job in hand and how they prepared. Let's learn from their experience. Hi, Aarthi. Welcome. And thank you so much for taking the time to share your experience with everyone.
Thank you, Priyanka. It's been a great pleasure and talking to you and giving output about you, which is very great. And what you're doing is really nice, volunteering and helping others with all your journey, with your experience, which is going to be helpful for others, as it was for me with my husband too. So.
Thank you so much. Would you introduce yourself, like how you started your journey for moving to Canada?
uh, Yeah, so as you all know, like we applied for the express entry and we got our PR, like COPR, and we were looking for a job to move into Canada. So after we did all the landing procedure, we were in US before we did a landing procedure. We went back to US after we did a landing procedure because we had a small infant and our US visa extension was going on. So we went back to US after our landing and we were preparing for our pre-arrival with all the job search and everything. So our journey with you started with building up a resume and making connections through our express entry group, which was really great to have a link through that group and started exploring your experience, and which has made us to go a step above and then create our resume and polishing it at least for an interview call, so which is really great. That's how we started our journey to move to Canada. Before, when we did our landing procedure, we didn't have a job in Canada, but we were still working in US. Basically, my husband was working with a company, with an IT company in US, but I was not working there. And my intent was to move here is to do my master's or take up a job in my field, which is microbiology. So that's the reason, that's the main reason we wanted to move to Canada, away from all this dependency visa in any other countries, and also give a good education and a safe life for my son here in Canada. So that's a major reason. So
Yeah.
when we move, yeah, really, it's more important
Yeah,
for
for
all of
mainly
us. Yeah.
mainly for parents, like even if I talk about myself, I actually took this decision just for my son. So for mainly
Good.
parents, it's the major decision taking yeah thing that we want to give our kids a very better life.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, okay, that's nice to hear your journey. And
Thank you.
um so I remember, like, we got connected. I guess you took my, first of all, the pre-arrival immigrants course, going through that, and then you took the resume course, and then you polish your resume and you started applying for the jobs. So how
Yes.
was your experience, and what do you think that after taking this course, what are the things that you didn't knew earlier, and now you know those things, and how that changed your application for applying for the jobs?
Uh, So major thing I would say is the networking and how to put your resume to the others, like how it has to look, because each and every country has a different format or different way of looking into your profiles. So that was something that I felt that we were lagging behind because we most of the time we stayed between India and US. So the way we approach the people we approach for a job was completely different in US compared to Canada. Your pre-arrival course, I would say the one that helped us more was how to approach a Canada-based resume, like which is still different from the US. So that I would say is the first thing, and the networking. That your pre-arrival course, which has mentioned that building more contacts, building more networks will give you an option to explore out of like what you are doing, something related to, and that made us explore more options, like apply for different roles, relevant roles in different companies. So that's how your course definitely helped us that way. Major thing is the networking. That's what I would say.
Yeah, nice to hear that.
Thank you.
Tell us about your maybe experience. How are you enjoying it here in Canada now?
Sorry, was it?
how are you enjoying your journey in Canada? Like, how are you feeling now here in Canada, being
Uh,
here already with a job? And of course, that's a secured feeling, right?
yes.
Otherwise, it's really hard to move in here without having that job because the cost of living is so high, and also you don't didn't want it to like leave your other job and just then being unemployed here for a month or two and then just hustling for that job. So how that makes a difference in your living style in Canada?
Uh, so coming to that, I would say it's really very different and it's very safe for us. And we are definitely enjoying this environment of work with no stress, like when we want to go back or not. Or we don't have such kind of uh, uh, not making a decision between two places. Yeah, and if we have a job and now we know how to search for a job and how we want to look for the options. So that is something which was more needed. Frankly speaking, because of the COVID for 2 years, it was a very difficult time, not only for us, I would say for anyone who wanted to immigrate as a new immigrant to Canada, not only from US, from any country for that matter. It was so very difficult because the companies were not hiring, and so many people have lost their jobs. So it really took a lot of time, I would say, not like immediately, but definitely it has helped all of us in looking getting a job. Even moving within a company to a different project also was very tough for us. So all those actually helped as with going into like building a resume, building contacts. And even during the COVID time, even that was so very difficult. So it really took a long time for us to even get a job and get settled here. I would say about 8 months to 12 months.
So you
So
have been like applying for these jobs before you got connected with me, but you were actually not getting the results that you wanted.
yes, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. Then later on, because of the COVID, after I got connected with you, because since we were not in the country, like in Canada, we were in US, we were applying from there because we were not able to travel because of the COVID restrictions, all that. Even those were a big bar for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was
That
that
is
was
the great thing. That is what I even suggest newcomers, that because before landing here, it's really important that you start applying for the jobs, because actually you have that PR status in your hand, and that's a valid working status. So if you mention the employers that you have that status and you are soon planning to land in Canada, then you can actually even apply for jobs before landing. And only your resume can help you to get that interview call. And after you get that interview call, it's then your job to convince the employer that yes, you have those skills that they are actually requiring. And then of course there are opportunities, and employers are actually giving the people job who have not still landed in Canada. So don't miss this opportunity. That's really a great lesson that we need to learn from Aarthi and her husband, that they actually started applying for jobs before moving in Canada, which actually give them that security, that satisfaction that they are now actually moving to Canada with a job, and that too in their own profession, the job that they actually wanted to do, right?
Yes, yes, that is really exciting for us. So, though it was a very difficult journey, and I would say now because of the COVID, it has become so very easy for most of us to do a virtual calls like in any country or anything. I would say you have to take the advantage of that in building your resume and take the interview process going forward. Because when we started in 2020, it was not like that. But because it's so very difficult that you won't, people were just saying like you have a PR, so you have to be in this country. But now given the current situation, you know, when the pandemic is going to end and when you have a PR already, or when you have got a COPR, or when you have really have an ITA with you and you know that you're going to definitely get your COPR, I would say start working on your like how you want, what job you want, and what you really want to do. You have to start exploring like well ahead of time. It's not very easy for not only for me, for any of us. Say for even for Priyanka, it was not very easy, right? So we have to
Yeah,
come here like we all needed a job with the same profession, so which is very difficult.
yeah,
So anyone can do a starter job. So but we want to prove our passion, what we want to do is what is more important. So wherever you are in any country you are, like you have when once you know that you're going to be here, like before your COPR process also, I would say start uh building up your resume in a way that you want and how the companies are approaching. That's what is important to move in
Yeah.
here. We tried in
Yeah,
both ways. So
everyone
we were,
everyone has a different journey.
yes,
I
we tried
remember
from,
when before coming here, like I had spent probably 8 to 9 months on all this research work, which actually got me the results.
Mhm.
And I'm really happy that I did that research, and now I'm able to help other people as well who are now migrating. And I can actually share that step-by-step journey with them, like how you need to move on further, right? So
Yes.
I have laid out a map that I now share so that because I have done all that struggle, right?
Yes,
So
definitely.
you
That's a
don't have to
great.
do that struggle. So you can just follow that map that I have, like kind of a bridge that I'm building.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm really grateful and thankful to God that they actually blessed me with this purpose. I really feel that this is my mission now. If you want to get a job in your own profession, the profession that you are already working in, you have built so many years of experience in that profession. And now, when
Yes.
you are moving here, of course, you would like to be in the same profession. If you want to change careers, that's fine. But most of the majority of the people, they actually want to stick to their same profession. And it's really hard if you are landing here without getting a job, or even like if you are here and you don't get a job even for a month, the cost of living is so high. It's
Yes.
around I would say 3,000 to $3,500 a month
Yes.
if you are
Yes.
coming here with a family, and
Yes.
that's really not easy for a newcomer to pay out of the pocket.
Yes, for
So
sure. So yeah,
yeah,
as you
bless.
said, the cost of living is a major, major thing in any province if you go in Canada.
Yes.
Like whether it's British Columbia, it's Ontario, doesn't matter because we are in that way. Like it's been a year now since we moved. So we really now know what exactly is the cost of living here. People say like it's a very good country, yes, but you have to take into mind that the cost of living is not like US.
So, yes.
Yeah.
Just prepare yourself right with the job search strategies and start applying for jobs even before you are coming here. Or even if you have landed here, you can actually start applying for the jobs in the right way. So because um, we have stressed enough the importance of how your resume is the very first thing that interviewers and recruiters they see. So you actually mainly need to focus on your resume. If you're not getting the interview calls or for the job offers, then you actually need to polish your resume and work on the networking skills. So if you need any help with your resume, feel free to reach me out and I'll help you in the best possible manner I can. You can also check my resume course, which is how to create a Canadian style resume. I have given the link in the description below. Feel free to reach out with any questions and drop in any comments that you have, and I'll answer your questions. And I wish you all the very best in your job search journey in Canada. And thank you so much, Aarthi, for taking the time today to share your experience with us. It has been an amazing, amazing time working with you.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much. Likewise. So we definitely learned a lot of things from you. So it's a very good, wonderful journey, though it's a very tough journey, I would say. It's a very wonderful journey. So
yeah.
thank you so much for all your help.
Thank you so much for taking the time. Thank you for doing this and sharing your experience with everyone.
Thank you.